Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a bill moving through the legislature could impact Kentucky classrooms. We'll break down those impacts. And Alice Lloyd College in Knott County is now home to many student authors. We talked to the co-founders about their mission.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Welcome to Mountain News this morning. I'm McKinley Calandrino here with you on this Tuesday, March 10th. The time is now 5:33. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Desmall for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, it was really foggy out yesterday. Today was pretty clear as I was driving into work today.
Yeah, we're not dealing with that pesky fog today, thankfully, but we do have some chances of rain on the way that we have to keep our eyes out for. Altogether, though, as you're heading out the door right now, temperatures are in a mixture of the 50s and 60s for some, 63 in Hazard, 65 in Prestonsburg, 64 in Pikeville. And we are, again, nice and clear for now. We do have some scattered showers on the way, and temperatures by the afternoon will make it to the upper 70s. So very, very warm. Here's a look at the satellite radar where you can see just where those scattered showers are. We could see some slight chances for some storm activity throughout the morning hours. Nothing too crazy, but just something to keep your eyes out for. And here's a look at that 12-hour forecast for you as well. Looking at those chances for scattered showers really just throughout the day, but by the evening, shower chances will clear out, and we're looking nice and dry up until we head overnight when the next round of showers picks up. Reminder, storms are on the way for your Wednesday afternoon and evening. That's what we have our eyes on and why we're under that first alert weather day. McKinley.
Thank you, Megan. Fire crews in Lecher County responded to a fire that happened across from a middle school. These were photos that were sent in from a viewer at the scene. In a post on Facebook, officials with Fleming Neon Middle School say it happened at a building across from the school at 10 a.m. on Highway 343 yesterday. School officials say the Neon Volunteer Fire Department had contained the fire and the school was not at risk. No injuries were reported. Governor Andy Beshear has vetoed his first bill of the 2026 legislative session. House Bill 314 would have reorganized the Kentucky's Communications Network Authority, the group tied to the state's Kentucky Wired project. In his veto message, Beshear says the bill would create confusion about who was responsible for managing the network and could disrupt operations. The governor also warned the changes could put existing contracts and the state's broadband infrastructure at risk. Lawmakers could still try to override the veto before the legislative session ends. Daylight savings began on Sunday, and with that, some lawmakers are trying to end the twice-a-year clock change. House Bill 368 would exempt Kentucky from daylight saving time and keep the Commonwealth on year-round standard time. Lawmakers have introduced several similar bills in recent years, but none have made it through the legislature. Under current federal law, states can choose to stay on standard time year-round, but they cannot switch to permanent daylight saving time without approval from Congress. For now, Kentuckians will continue changing clocks twice a year, with the next switch back set for November 1st. A bill moving through the legislature could impact Kentucky classrooms. Senate Bill 351 wouldn't allow a teacher to be certified if they've been diagnosed with a specific disorders excluded from the American with Disabilities Act. Lawmakers want to use the language from the DSM-3, which was used when the ADA was passed in 1990. Opponents argue those definitions are outdated and could target transgender and non-binary teachers.
We have a lot of confusion with children out there, and it begins with teachers who have confusing pronouns that the kids are grappling with.
I don't think there's anything to say here other than this is a disturbing bill. Even if you, which you can't, took the trans part out of it, you're still talking about using a system that's no longer in existence.
The bill has been sent to the Senate's Committee on Committees. Senator Williams says he expects it to go under revisions. This week, firefighters from throughout the country are in the nation's capital, pushing lawmakers to support legislation aimed at protecting first responders. Vice President J.D. Vance addressed hundreds of firefighters in Washington, D.C. First responders walked the halls of the Capitol for the International Association of Firefighters Legislative Conference, meeting with lawmakers and pushing for policies to keep firefighters safe on the job. Vance praised their service and shared a personal story, crediting firefighters and EMTs with helping during his mother's struggle with opioid addiction.
Now, when a firefighter, when one of you becomes ill or, God forbid, loses your life because of cancer that was developed in the line of duty, their families are entitled to federal benefits that they earned.
One of the major issues this week is legislation being aimed at protecting firefighters from the forever chemicals linked to cancer found in some protective gear and firefighting foam. Nonprofit organizations that address food insecurity are preparing to feel the ripple effects of higher gas prices. Many organizations rely on volunteers to deliver meals to people in need. That includes drivers volunteering their time to deliver healthy meals to people in need, who also feel the pinch. Higher fuel costs not only affect how food goes out, but also how it comes in.
We do have a couple vans that we can go pick up food, which that eats up gas, but most of it comes in deliveries, and they add a fuel charge all deliveries.
With what's happening in the Middle East, the co-executive director of another Lexington nonprofit says she's worried increasing gas prices will also limit who can get to the food pantry. Alice Lloyd College in Knott County is now home to many student authors. The Cumberland Mountains Authors Guild anthology is comprised of co-founders and college staff members Kayla Thornsbury and Alex Hall. They created the Authors Guild and wanted to give students a chance to publish their own work. So far, the group has created 2 books and is already working on a 3rd. Thornsbury says she wanted to let the students know she appreciates their dedication to the book.
The first 2 books that we've already completed, I've actually went ahead and purchased every one a copy myself, just because I'm really appreciative of all the work they've put into it and that they actually wanted to take part in it.
The book is available on Amazon for purchase. While the Authors Guild is comprised of Alice Lloyd College and staff, anyone in the region is welcome to contribute stories. Kentucky Kingdom is searching for folks interested in keeping the fun going for their 2026 season. The theme park typically has 1,100 job openings each season. Everything from security and custodial to food and beverage and ride operations. More than half of last year's seasonal workers are expected to return this year. They say they still need about 500 additional team members. Pay starts between $13 and $16 an hour, depending on the job.
The average applicant is anyone that's just looking for an opportunity to make some extra cash, or it could be their first job. You know, this is a beginner job for a lot of our hosts that work here, but then we have folks that are looking for supplementary income, and this is a good opportunity to get that type of income.
Workers also get complimentary tickets for friends and family, as well as discounted tickets to other theme parks. Applications are available online. A retired Kentucky veteran is raising money to make sure those who serve have a community of their own long after their service. Mike Hebb is the founder of the Kentucky chapter of Heroes on the Water. It is a nonprofit that provides recreational wellness experience for active military veterans, first responders, and their families. The main way they do that is through kayak fishing, hence the group's name. Yesterday, Hebb posted on a fundraiser for the effort.
It puts folks in a pressure-free environment where they can be in a community together and they can have shared experiences and just kind of decompress, heal from any stressful events that they may have gone through.
Heroes on the Water, Kentucky will have another social event later this month. It will be on Saturday the 28th from 4 to 8 at the Active Heroes Pavilion in Shepherdsville. The chapter's first On the Water event will be in late April. 2 Pennsylvania teens are now facing federal terrorism charges after police say they brought improvised explosive devices to a protest in New York City over the weekend. The devices did not explode Saturday, but preliminary tests showed one of them contained TAPT, a highly explosive used in multiple terror attacks during the last decade. Both men are U.S. citizens. A court complaint says they were inspired by the Islamic State extremist group. They are being held without bail and they are due back in court on April 8th. Coming up, Bruno Mars snags a win on the Billboard charts. That and more in a look of today's Eye on Entertainment.
And we're continuing to track those strong to severe storms. I'll have how that will impact you coming up.